So it was revealed this week that Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2, which I believe is coming out in either 2025 or 2026, would include none other than the villain Clayface in a major role. This had everyone in a tizzy because, well, as you know, as we all know, those of us who are swag lords, Matt Reeves' Batman is extremely grounded. Batman using the wingsuit was about as fantastical as they got in that movie, which, hey, nothing wrong with that, although we have seen that before, but a lot of people had been hoping this had potential to change in the future, and we'd see Matt Reeves kick it up a notch by maybe giving us Mr. Freeze in the sequel, although it takes some, stretching. I can totally see this happening, stretch and pull. Just get a guy with like a super sophisticated ice gun / suit freezing people and leaving them, frozen chunks of ice and like a crime scene, something like that that'll blend into what Matt Reeves is kind of already doing, but up in the ante in terms of that. It is kind of fantastical to have Mr. Freeze, but you can sort of bring it down to reality if you try. It wouldn't be that hard to believe. But Clayface? Well, Clayface is a big shape-shifting sludge monster bitch. So you'd have to change up the rules of the world kind of drastically and very quickly. Or maybe not, okay? People have been back and forth with this, and this is actually a really important decision by having Clayface in this movie. Supposedly he's gonna have a big role in the movie again. I believe it's Matt Flanagan, and he pitched this crazy horror solo movie for Clayface that I think was rejected, but then I guess he pitched something for Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2, and I guess Matt Reeves liked it and they're gonna use it. But basically, you'd have to change up the rules pretty crazily. So probably more than likely, they're not gonna do that, and they'll use the Golden Age original Clayface, who was just a man in a mask. That's how they all start out. Basil Carlo. I fuck with the name heavy. He was introduced back in Detective Comics 40 back in 1940, and he was basically this old actor dude who was always kind of an asshole, and then they were redoing one of his movies he made when he was younger, and he was like all pissed off and he started killing people on the set. That is until Batman and Robin swooped in and whooped his ass. But this next most notable Clayface, I'd say, is Matt Hagen. Okay, he first appeared in Detective Comics 298 in 1961 as well. I believe Batman the Animated Series depicted this iteration of the character Matt Hagen, just with him getting his powers because of full of chemicals, while the show kind of combined both very well, where Clayface was an actor who got not old but disfigured, and he needed a special chemical that this company named Daggett was making to restore his appearance, but he became reliant on it to the point he was forcibly overdosed by some goons, and it turned him into the grotesque Clayface that we are most familiar with today. I mean, when I see Clayface, that's who I see. I don't see a mofo in a mask. Now, nothing has been confirmed yet. The movie's still a ways away, at least to my understanding. There's been no confirmation on which version we're getting, but it's pretty much the consensus that it's going to probably be the Golden Age Clayface, because the DCU is probably where we're gonna get to go fantastical with it, okay? And Matt Reeves' universe, it's an Elseworlds story. I'm thinking of Elseworlds as like Black Label, gritty, dark, the stuff where they can really go hardcore, just like, what they're doing with like Joker and, Joker Part 2. I don't even know how to say Dole Flo or whatever the fuck the name is. So I'd imagine they want to keep the story purely a gritty crime drama, how they're pretty much doing. They don't want to have Battinson going up against mofos like Killer Croc and Dr. Death, but I totally would want to see that, okay? Like, I got my fix of realism with Nolan for the rest of my life. I don't need any more realism in these movies. I would like a balance, of course. I don't want crazy shit like the Batman credit card. Nothing like insanely stupid, especially, depending on the character. Like, if they do that with fucking Plastic Man or somebody else like Peacemaker, that's totally cool. With Batman, let's strike a nice fine balance. I think Nolan did that amazingly, like the grounded reality of it, and Matt Reeves' world seems to have a little bit more room to get crazier. It's not all as grounded as Nolan's was, but I want realistically all Batman to be punching people with insane force and to be like 240 with insane agility. Like, that's what I would personally like to see. Like, Batfleck had it all. If only the writing and everything, character decisions were there, that would totally be my guy. But I want to have fun and I want to feel, of course. So depending on how they portray Clayface in this movie, whenever they do, because this movie is probably going to come out before the DCU Batman movie is going to come out, that'll pretty much solidify how crazy this universe will ever get. At least, the Matt Reeves Batman universe, not necessarily the Elseworlds universes, okay? So we can pretty much expect this Batman to never meet, a Man-Bat or a Poison Ivy, although I would just absolutely die to see that. I think we'll eventually see all these characters in a very balanced coolest way in the DCU, but Matt Reeves is a spectacular director, so I just love to see his take on the more fantastical parts of the Rogues Gallery of Batman. Again, now that we have the DCU as the outlet to explore the fantastical side, I'm fine with Matt Reeves getting just super artistic and gritty and giving us a, you know, disfigured actor serial killer, okay? Even if it's just gonna be the mask, like that would be cool, but you know, give us Pig, give us Scarface, let's go crazy, let's get sadistic, let's get disturbed, okay? I'm not sure how that'll fare, honestly, as a follow-up to the genius, you know, crazy Zodiac killer that the Riddler was, but you know, time will tell. I don't know how that'll even play out in the whole story that was set up in the first movie, but I do trust Matt Reeves. If they can replicate even a fraction of the amount of greatness that Feet of Clay Part 1 and Part 2 was in the Batman the Animated Series, then my blessings just all the fucking way, okay guys? Because go back and rewatch that, okay? You can find it somewhere on the internet, trust me. I know you guys are resourceful, or if you have HBO Max, go ahead and go there. But basically, like, it is just such a good telling of that story, especially at the end where he sees all of the different characters that he's ever played and he's like turning into all of them at once, and it's such a crazy scene, and just to see that in live action would be so fun. I figure if you're gonna use Clayface, like, have fun with it. But hey, I get it, maybe the DCU is gonna use the more fantastical Clayface, the big, you know, shit monster. Who knows? I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do if they do use Clayface. But you know, if they want to do a sadistic, you know, actor who's taking prosthetics and changing his appearance to disguise himself, and like it's like a whole thing of like, oh, he was always here, he was just in disguise and he was killing all these people, like that would be pretty cool too. So I don't mind. I think regardless, Matt Reeves is gonna kill it. But I'm really curious what you guys think about this, because I truly believe this is gonna set the precedent for what we're gonna see this Batman Pattinson do in the future. Like, who will actually see him go up against, and what like the whole tone of this universe is gonna be. Let me know what you guys think. Which Clayface do you think we're gonna get in the Batman Part 2, and would you personally want to see? And are you fine with Matt Reeves keeping his Elseworlds universe grounded if the DCU will go like more fantastical, or do you just want to see Pattinson go fucking Arkham City mode on these goons? Let me know. That's pretty much it. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope all you guys are well, and I will see you in the next one.